Hey everybody, welcome to T-Han 141 Homestead live stream. It's Thursday Night Live. And what does that mean? I really don't know. Oh, welcome. As always, I'm recording this as a live, but offering it out in such a way that it's also good to watch the replay. So if you're here on the replay, thank you for coming to see the replay. And if you're here live, welcome. Let me know down in the chat what you think, where you're here, where you're here from. We got some exciting stuff today that we're going to be going over. Some really exciting stuff. First off, our website is up and running. Our website is thand141homestead.com. No spaces, just www.thand141.com. And on that, so far, I have links to our merch shop. I also have links to our affiliate links, which is another exciting thing. I am working on a couple more affiliate programs. I'm getting signed up for a couple more affiliate programs, and that's always fun. Man, paperwork. I am not good at paperwork. Fat Man has been out of the business. Hey, Arkansas, Hat Creek Homestead, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, Ronnie, you're here too. All right, we're kicking. All right, I was just saying how I try to maximize this for the recording to watch it later on. But if you're here live, that is awesome. It is really cool because you can interact with me and tell me how silly. Thor Haven, all right. Welcome. We're getting going tonight. All right. Hey, the first big bit of news, we got some exciting stuff to tell you about the homestead tonight. We've got the web page up and going, www.thand141homestead.com. Boy, that's a mouthful. It's not too much to type, but and on that we have a gallery with some pictures. You can see. I don't know if you remember my rooster had the good grief, frostbite. My rooster that had the frostbite on his comb. There's a picture of him, beautiful picture. This new camera I got, it's not the best for videography, but it really works good. As long as I don't try to zoom, because you can hear the lens zooming and unzooming. I just bought a cheaper one for now. But there's a still picture of that rooster on the gallery on the web page, and it just takes beautiful pictures. And you can see where his comb has rounded off, but there's no more black. And he just really looks good. So the website is up and running, which is always a good thing. We do have affiliate links, an affiliate link page where all my affiliate links are posted. Now, I'm also working right now on getting into the affiliate programs for some other stores so that I will have those options available to me, because I use a lot of tools and stuff from my local stores, and some of them have affiliate programs. So I'm really trying to get them going, but it's taken forever. The long weekend was killing me, literally. But all the affiliate links are stuff that I actually use. I broke my rake the other day on camera. um, I was going through and uh, raking my wood chips. I do the back to Eden garden method for those of you that don't know. And um, I was cleaning. You pull the wood chips back so you can plant in the soil, and my rake just broke. It. In all honesty, it's my fault. I abuse my tools. I leave them outside a lot during the summer, and they're out in the weather, and a wooden handle just didn't like that. So I went and I bought another one, and it would be great to be an affiliate of that store so that I could buy another one. Um, another thing we are doing is I am taking a course with Daryl Eves. I know Remy is in this with me. Um, it's a class to help you make your channel better. To help you, some of the biggest things I'm learning right now is how to read my analytics so that I can figure out what my viewer is wanting, more material that you want. I have tried asking on Facebook what people want to see. I've tried asking on YouTube what people want to see. And for the most part, I've gotten very, very little of the feedback, but we're doing that program with Daryl Eves. He's been on YouTube since its beginning in 2005, and it just really the first couple lessons, the first day, the lesson that we had to, the thing we had to do, didn't really make a whole lot of sense because you can click on your dashboard, your analytics, and get that information handed to you. He wanted us to make a list uh, of a couple things of our top videos for 90 days and our top videos in 48 hours, the last 48 hours. And then the next day he leads into why he had us do that and stuff. It's pretty interesting. Let me get that banner off there real quick. It was just bugging me. But anyway, so we're trying to make the channel better for you. Some stuff on the homestead. We've got some great stuff to tell you about, and we've got some not so great stuff to tell you about. I'm going to lead in with the not so great. One of the not so great is an update on my wife Wendy, who has stage 4 adenocarcinoma cancer. It's in her liver. It was stable a few months ago, and this is the type of cancer you don't really get rid of. But it was stable a few months ago, and so they said, "Listen, this chemo is really kicking your butt. Here's an option to come off the chemo for a while so that you can have some form of life," because it was just really kicking her butt. And so we came off. We got April and May, and I think part of March chemo free. She's starting to get around better. She's starting to move better. She's starting to get outside, even if it's just for a walk through the garden with me. She is my encouragement because Fat Man's lazy, and she gets out there and tells me what needs to be done. And things have been lacking since she's been housebound. She's not really housebound. She can get out, but it's just since she's been on chemo. Anyway, her numbers are way up at this last reading, and her liver enzymes are all out of whack, and it's time to reassess. We are Monday, if you guys could be praying, Monday we're going in for a CAT scan and a bone scan. the reason they're doing the bone scan is she's been having a lot of back pain and neck pain, which could be just her arthritis. She is riddled with arthritis. And they want to make sure that this hasn't gone into the bones. And I said, isn't bone, if it moves into the bones, that's really bad. And the doctor said, well, she has stage 4 cancer. It's at this point, it's kind of a par for the course thing. They just want to know so that they can attack it. Remy, yeah, she is a way strong soul. Her faith has blown me away. And I worked ministry for the last 30 years, and her faith just blows me away. Her encouragement and all that she does. But they're going to be doing the scans, and then they're going to restart the chemo, but they're doing it at 20% less strength than what they did it before. And then they're going to reassess to see so that it doesn't beat her up quite as bad, the chemo. So that was a negative. There's another negative that happened this week on the homestead. We got 3 pigs, and there was one that he was kind of small, but I noticed he started getting skinny. So I went ahead and I wormed them. I wormed all 3 pigs. It's a wormer that you put right in their water, and you take away their other water so they get the worm medicine. And it seemed to have worked. I literally saw it extricating a worm. And they coughed a couple times, a little bit like they said they would for lungworm. And then it started gaining a little bit of weight. You couldn't see its spine quite as bad. You could still see its spine. It was still skinny, and you could see its hips, but you couldn't see each rib. I mean, this piglet was quite bad. It happened overnight, and so I went and I bought. I called vet. Vet told me to go to Tractor Supply to get oxytetracycline, which is a broad spectrum antibiotic. And we gave it 1 dose of that. Then 3 days later, we gave it another dose of that subcutaneously under the skin behind the ear. And unfortunately, a couple days later, I went out and found the piglet dead. But it's just one of them things that happens. It's part of the homesteading life. Yeah. We'll be praying for I gotta get supper. These kids think they have to eat every day for some reason. All right. Hat Creek, we appreciate your prayers. And feed them kids. Yeah, kids are funny that way. They like to get fed every day. I know I was spoiled right rotten. We got fed a couple times a day. So that was another one of the downsides to this week on the homestead. But then we had an upside. Yesterday, it was a nice day, overcast, but nice. And I went out working in the garden. I think I was putting beet seeds in, and all of a sudden I heard this buzzing. I mean, it was bad. It was like tinnitus on steroids, and so I immediately stopped what I was doing because any excuse to get out of work, and went and traced it down, and I got over by the chicken coop, and as soon as I got close to the chicken coop, I ran in and got my cell phone. And we had a swarm of bees, and praise God, they moved into our one of our beehives that were sitting vacant because I didn't buy bees this year. And it is a big swarm. I got tomorrow, the video will be coming out, and it is going to be fantastic. It is just amazing when you're standing in the midst of thousands, 6,000, 5,000, I don't know. This was a big swarm. When you're standing in the midst and they're going all over, all around, and they don't like cell phones. They don't really like cell phones because they kept hitting the cell phone. And then they would start hitting me, and when a bee hits you in the face, taps you on the face, that's them saying, okay, you're where I don't want you to be. You need to leave. And so I backed off a couple times, and I got back in there, got some decent footage of it, and the sound came through really well, just using the cell phone, no external mics or anything. And I'm going to give them a few days, and then I'll go in and I'll check the hive. So we've got bees on the homestead, and that is just fantastic. 6 to 10,000 girlfriends for me, and they're all gonna treat me to sweets at the end of the year. Our orchard is doing really good. Let's see, our apple trees are doing good. They haven't blossomed yet, which we planted them last summer. I want to say midsummer, beginning of August, maybe. The two Honeycrisp apple trees, and they are doing really well. The graft I did took, which you guys probably already know. Yeah, free bees are awesome. They cost $60-$70 for a nuke that's got probably 3,000-4,000 bees in it, a queen, and some brood, two or three frames of brood. They cost about $70, and this one was free. I just want to get in there. Last year we got freebies, same hive they went into. They didn't survive the winter, but I couldn't get anything from it because of the way the queen had them run the hive. I said, you know what? These are wild bees. I'm going to let them do their thing. I'm not going to worry about it. I should have worried about it. So I'll be going in there here shortly, in a week or so, just to check and to make sure she is where I want her to be, down towards in one of the bottom two boxes, and laying and healthy and all that. But the apple trees are doing really well. They haven't blossomed yet, but we planted them only last year, so they might not blossom this year. We just this spring planted a plum tree, and that is doing phenomenal. There are like 8 inches of growth on a couple of the branches, and it's leaf now. It is just, because basically we got dead stick with a couple little 2-3 inch limbs on it, and the plum tree is just taking off. The apple trees, we got one more apple tree to help pollinate our Honeycrisp apple trees. That's still in a pot. I still have not been able to get an excavator in here to clear for the orchard because I haven't gotten to the wood yet. Between rain and just running around, it's been crazy. I've got to get the wood cut up either way anyway, because I've got to move it out of the way for that, and it's got to dry because some of that will be burning this year. The pear trees we planted last summer are doing phenomenal. And they are something spice. I just got a message on my phone. Anyway, but yeah, the pear trees are doing phenomenal. The Bartlett pear tree, we got 2 of them that we put in this spring. I put one in this spring and another one's in a pot. They are both doing great. In fact, the one that's in the pot actually got the it actually got the blossom, 2 blossoms on it. And I left them. I know you're supposed to take them off, but if they start turning into fruit, I'll pinch them off because the tree can't sustain it. Oh, excuse me. I had to get a drink. I talk a lot. You guys ever notice that? I need to get Wendy on here. She said next week she will be on, so I'm really hoping for that. Because when she's back on the chemo, she's not going to want to be here. But our Bosch pear tree is doing okay. The only tree that we planted this spring that doesn't look like it's going to do okay is the pear tree is way behind all the other trees. Or not the pear tree, sorry, the peach tree. And what I think that is it gets a little more shade than I thought it would in the spot that we put it. So I'm going to do some trimming of the limbs. But we've got tomatoes and peppers and kale and let's see, Swiss chard. Let's see here. Move this up here so I can look at you. Swiss chard, spinach, onions, potatoes. The onions are doing great. The potatoes are starting to show. Beans, we've got green and dry beans both. Beets, we've got some beets that came back from last year that I must have missed. Let's see, leaf lettuce is starting to come. The mustard is starting to show. I believe it's mustard greens, but I got the kind that you actually make mustard from. I love my mustard. Our corn hasn't started coming up yet, but it was just planted. Asparagus is doing great, and cucumbers. That is what has been going down. Yeah, I planted the potatoes on the day I planted the onions. Now, I don't know. Okay, here's a funny thing. I watch Paul Gauchi, the Back to Eden or Back to Eden Gardening. His name is Paul Gauchi. There's another guy that helps him out a lot, and I forget his name, but they do the wood chip gardening. And Paul says when he digs up his potatoes, he takes what he wants, takes the nicest one and puts it back, covers it up, and then gets it the next year. Well, they're in, I believe it's zone 10. He is in Washington State, up by the Olympic Peninsula, where average temperatures like 40 or 50 degrees. They do get snow from time to time, but he just leaves a potato in there, and that's his potato planting. Well, I did that last year, so I'm not totally sure if it's the new potato seedlings or if it was the ones that I left there that are starting to come up. I have no idea. But I was really happy to see him start poking through the wood chips there. My asparagus that I started raising that I started indoors. Uh, that is starting its own little fern shoots. They're just little tiny things, which is pretty cool. And we had kale come back this year on its own, and that is actually going to seed. I plan on collecting the seeds from that. It's a dwarf blue kale. And hopefully that'll be hopefully the seed will be viable next year. Oh goodness. Trying to think of anything else that happened. My daughter had a birthday. I'm not going to say how old she is. She's in her 30s. Because she'll beat the snot out of me. She's a tough bugger. But she had a birthday, and let's see here. Man, we're pretty much updated. How long have we lived off grid? We have lived off grid in the cabin for 4 years. We started out just for the summer when we started clearing. We bought the land, 20 acres of land, and started clearing it out. As soon as we got it to get leveled off, we started moving. We got the camper in here, and we went off grid. We had Harbor Freight 100-watt solar system just to power the camper, and we had a generator, and that ran great. And then when we built the house, we upgraded to a 200-watt solar system from Renogy.com. I'm not affiliated with either of those yet. Yeah, the only cord that we've ever had come in the house for power is the extension cord that I use for the generator. So yeah, about 4 years, and then we just uploaded or upgraded. I did upload a video on it, but we just upgraded to 1,000 watts of solar panels, and that is working phenomenal. We are making more power on a cloudy day like today, cloudy and rainy, than we made on a sunny day with the 200-watt panels, 200 watts of panels. And it is awesome. We can run the coffee pot without starting the generator. We can run the water pump without from the well without starting the generator. Pretty much laundry day is the only day where I really have to run the generator. The washing machine, we don't have a dryer. We hang the clothes inside, and then I just got the stuff to put up the laundry line outside. I'm going to run it out back door. And on laundry day, we need the generator in order to run the washing machine. Everything else since we put this new system in has been fantastic. We have a propane refrigerator, propane stove, propane hot water. and a DC pump. So yeah, 4 years, and I'll never go back. I believe I've had to replace the batteries. We just use the deep cycle lead sealed lead acid batteries. Uh, we got 4 of them, and I'm going to be expanding them, getting more now that we have the solar panels. And I had to buy. I replaced the old ones because they didn't seem like they were holding a charge as long. I'm going to find out if any of those are good, but I think that we've pretty much broke even now, or our, as far as our initial investment, even the upgrade. I got an awesome deal on the solar panels. 4 solar panels were $100 each, and it was around $200 for the charge controller, and then it was, I'm gonna say, maybe $75 for the extra cable that we needed for to run to where I wanted to put the permanent setup. And so that's what, for 5, 6, I'm going to say $700 there. The original 200 watt system we bought back when prices were low, and hey MB, how's it going, Mike? We're just talking about how long we've been off grid, and if you add everything together, I think our initial investment was under $3,000. And $3,000, we're in our 5th year on the homestead. I pretty sure we've paid off, we would have paid more than that. Our average electric bill was like $120 when we lived on grid in Port Leyden. So, putting in a second carrot crop. Nice. Yeah, I can understand that. And you got to use the light while you got it. And we had a bunch of rain all day today. It was either heavy rain or drizzle. If it weren't for the wood chips, I'd have an underwater garden, but they absorb a lot of the water, so you don't get a lot of standing water. But yeah, better late than never. We were I just got in some let's see, cukes, corn, mustard, beets, beans, spinach, Swiss chard, and kale. I've had the tomatoes and peppers and stuff like that in. But I just got those in before the rain moved in yesterday. I was planting the beets when the swarm of bees moved into my beehive, which was an unexpected nice. It was an unexpected nice gift. Oh, but yeah, the 2 low points of this week's homestead was we having to restart chemo in a couple weeks, and the piglet dying. I'm always fighting with myself. I'm trying to help the animal, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. We wormed him. He started doing a little better. We gave him some antibiotic, like the vet told us to give him an antibiotic. We gave him an antibiotic, and he still ended up dying. And you wonder, man, was I helping him or just prolonging his suffering? But we had a chicken that had a tear in her skin a little while back, and I mean, you could open that up and look right between the skin and the meat. I mean, she was, and I think it was from the rooster's spurs when they were mating. They cut her, they cut the skin, and she was real mopey and real down. And then I went and got some blue coat. I sprayed it with blue coat, and she's right as rain now. And she's one of our older chickens. We have not bought a Rhode Island Red or a production red in since we were in the house in Port Lyon. We have bought black sex links, and we have bought Buff Orpingtons. So she's at least 4 years old. So that's pretty old for a chicken. I haven't found any eggs. She actually moved herself in with the chicks, which are integrating with the flock great. In fact, I saw a rooster dancing for one of them, and I was very happy to see that the chick that he was dancing for ran away, and he didn't chase her. They're not ready for that. But yeah, she moved in with them in the turkey pen, which is right built onto the hen house, and so that the roosters and they leave her alone, and she doesn't really come out of there all that much. And so she might be in the end stages of life, and that's part of life on a homestead, life on a farm. But I want my animals to have a good life, and if I can prolong their life, I will. But man, that fine line. One day I'm gonna discover where that line is, and hopefully I each case I get shown what that line is between helping and prolonging the suffering, because I really don't want to prolong the suffering at all. Oh. So let's see. I've gone over everything. I made a list this week. I missed last week. I don't know what happened. Be 7:30 and I'm watching TV. I'm like, I was supposed to be somewhere. I was supposed to be live. But so I apologize for missing last week. Let's see. Plum tree planted, the bees, the bees in a couple weeks, I'm going to be going into them. The other day, man, that video coming out tomorrow is going to be a real good one. Because the camera, well, I used the cell phone, but it picked up the sound that of the bees when you're surrounded by thousands of bees. And then I had one, she came up and she hit the phone, and she hit the phone again, and then she went over the phone and started hitting me in the forehead. And that's a bee's way of saying, listen, I don't want to hurt you, because if I sting you, I die, but you need to leave. So I walked away, and she followed me for quite a ways. I think I even commented, are you Africanized? Because 2 months since your last live, man, you need to get with it, Remy. Come on, we're gonna take your channel to million viewers, million subscribers. I don't know. I figured doing this Daryl Eves um, course. It's free. So what have I got to lose? And I figure we're gonna spark something there. I mean, he's gonna help us figure out for our channels. Because by applying this different stuff that he's saying to our individual channels, uh, yeah, that is the dream. Right now, I've lowered my expectations. Um, I'm trying to expand my affiliate marketing and working towards that 1,000 subscribers. But you know what? I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to do it organically. I'm trying to become a better content creator. Um, I'm trying to get my editing better and my on stage presence. There's a game my sister-in-law plays every time I say she takes a drink. No, I'm just joking. She says that, but I don't think she does. But so I started cutting my ums out and then the silent spaces, and it sounds pretty good. It's just every once in a while my head jumps around a little. But yeah, trying to make the channel better, a better viewing experience for people. So because I want to share this lifestyle, man. But I think MB and Michael and Remy and everybody that I come in contact with in the homesteading and small farm community is we want to share this lifestyle. This is an important lifestyle to pass on because I do believe that eventually people are going to be forced into a more self-sustainable lifestyle. Just because, I mean, look at the prices of everything, lumber, uh, electricity, fuel, everything. Um, and things are getting worse. I've been quoted as saying that we're living in Matthew 24, chapter 24, where it's the beginning of birth pains, just the beginning of when things are going to get bad. And I'll hold by that and read Matthew 24, and it will tell you will see today's headlines in Matthew 24. Um, I played around with starting another channel to just rant, and I put a couple videos up, and I'm not promoting it or anything like that. But I don't know. I think I'll just use it when I have something to rant about, because I'm trying to steer clear of the a lot of the political stuff on this one. That's actually ringing. Oh, severe weather thunderstorm warning for my area. Oh my. I'm glad I checked that. Hold on one second, guys. Let me find my. I'll show you if I can. Come on, come on. Says it's loading, but between Wendy watching TV and me live stream, oh, there it is. Let's see if I can. Come on, focus. We're the blue dot. So yeah, Rome's about to get slammed. Now we do get a lot of trees blowing down. Community is very important, and prepping is very important. But community, there are things that I cannot make. Now I for because of a promise I made, I don't I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol for pleasure. I use tinctures and stuff like that, but because of a promise I made a long time ago. Um, but I can make dandelion wine. Looks easy enough. It's really close to making vinegar, but different. And I can make that, and the community is important because then I can trade it within the community. We can support each other through the community, and man, there is no better um, community than the small farm and homesteading community on YouTube. Um, some of us are quite a ways apart from each other, but uh, man, just seeing. I was on Southern Blessed Homesteads live the other night, and just the fun they had. That's why I want Wendy to start getting on my live streams. The fun they have, and Mike, you guys have some awesome fun. The other night when we were playing that game on your live, that I was rolling because of the fun that was being had. And that is all community. We need that. We need other people because other people can do things that sometimes that we can't, and we can help them and they can help us. When you get people with different ideas, different issues, and therefore different solutions, it opens up. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There for every four people out there, there are 20 different opinions on how to do something. Uh, and a lot of times they will all work. You just have to say, okay, can I, one solution to a broken down car is take it to the garage, have them fix it. Well, sometimes that's not an option. So the solution is fix it, maybe fix it yourself, and then in fixing it, I mean, man, some of the stuff my father did to his vehicle to keep it running, uh, JB welding the fuel tank and stuff like that, drives my brother crazy. My brother was a is a mechanic, and that's what he does for a living. Is he works at a cheese place, and they make the cheese, and he is a line tech. He works on all these machines. It's what he loves to do. It's what he's great at, is finding out what's wrong with a machine and figuring out how to fix it. That being skipped me. I find out what's wrong with the machine, and then I fix it. But he takes it further and he finds out what's wrong with the machine, starts getting an idea of what's causing it, and then fixes it so he doesn't have to fix it again. But yeah, it opens up so much more knowledge, and it's just amazing to see how Remy, you're either have just built your chicken coop and barn or are remodeling it and stuff like that. And I'm seeing the things that you're doing, and I'm taking notes, brother. I'm saying, hey, maybe I can do that. Boy, that's awful nice with the. I believe on some of it you're using the. We call it mechanics cloth. It's the welded wire mesh. It's really strong stuff. And with your gardening, your planting, I'm seeing the way you're doing it, and it's learning from you, and hopefully you're able to pick up some stuff from me. You take what you can and leave the rest. But um, but yeah, it is. it's really cool when you get that sense of community and you get the people that are caring about one another and the sharing of ideas. And YouTube is a fantastic medium for all this stuff. I mean, Facebook is good, but YouTube, I mean, the other day I did a video on replacing the mirror on my Ford F-150. Uh, I don't know how long that mirror is going to last. I had a small mirror on it before and smashed it when I was plowing, and it was shattered. It had all the glass there. Hey, altruistic homestead, delivering some hogs. Nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thumbs up are always welcome. And drive careful delivering those hogs. Um, but yeah, I made a video on it, not because I'm an expert at auto mechanics, not because I'm an expert at anything. Well, I am an expert because I was told in the Army that an X is a has-been and PERT is a drip under pressure. So I'm a has-been drip. Um, but yeah, and I made that video, and if there's something I don't know what to do, I search it out on YouTube. It's such a great teaching experience, and you will find 20 different ways to do the same exact thing. And you get to choose, because that's what a self-sufficient homestead looks like, is doing it your way. You can find out 80 different ways. You can search it out and learn about it. Find out 80 different ways of performing a task or fixing something or doing something. And then when you're done watching those 80 different videos or 80 different ways to do it, you can combine them and you come up with a plan of how to do it in your mind. You are self-sufficient. You are doing it your way. If that fence stands for 100 years, it's because you did it your way. If the fence falls in a year or two, it's because you did it your way. Nobody's at fault but you. And you got to own that and say, okay, let's fix it. Maybe you try something different, and that is the learning and the sharing and the doing of all this is what really gets me going. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a full-time farmer to have an opinion or to have a variant of a way to do stuff. You just show people what you do and let them decide. It's just awesome. Anyway, I've gone on for 53 minutes. We need to do another collab sometime, so that I'm not doing all the talking. But so anyway, guys, yeah, on the high side, be praying for Wendy, and because she is a trooper, 100%, and she man, her faith blows mine away. But be praying for her. If I'm trying to get some more affiliate accounts going, and it's just tough once you set them up. I've had some problems with one where I can make an affiliate link one way on their dashboard, but when I use the add-on that they have, it won't let me. So I'm hoping I'm doing things right, and got to call into them. But so be praying for that. And guys, if you got um anything that going on that you want prayer for or anything like that, let me know. I'm good on that. Um, but our car is supposed to be done Friday. I hope. The transmission went out on the car a month ago, so that's always fun. $1,000 in a rental, and then finally got them to give us 10 days free. And I don't know. It's weird. You get the extended warranty, and so you're safe. Then you find out your extended warranty ain't what it was supposed to be. And then you find out that they don't, you got to pull teeth to get them to cover stuff that they're supposed to cover. So, all right, y'all. I am going to go ahead and sign off, or I'll keep going on all night. I love talking with you guys. I love updating everybody on what's going um, on the homestead. And we will just keep on plodding along. Thank you so much for taking an interest and spending some time with us tonight. MB Heritage Farms, Rem Family Farms, Altruistic Homestead. There was a who else was in here? Thor Haven, Hat Creek Homestead. All you guys, thank you. You guys are my community, and man, I just appreciate you so much. Even when you can just stop by and say hi, I just love it. So, all right, y'all have a good one. And Remy, I'll be getting hold of you tomorrow to make sure you did the homework for today, which was just basically taking and choosing which, how did it go? Choosing which video to follow up on to build your momentum. All right, y'all have a good one. T-Ham 141, I'm out.